for the tree I have black, brown, and white on my palette, and I'm going to use this size 16 flat brush. I'm going to put it on my brush nice and flat so that I have a nice sharp edge to draw with. And I think I'm going to make a bit of a curled trunk, so we'll start right about here and out to about here. So I'm going to have a branch going off this way, one going off this way. We need to divide into, for a family tree, and from parents to grandparents to great-grandparents, or you could go from parents to children to grandchildren, but either way we need to branch out. So I'm just going to start off by putting things where I'd like them. I want my tree to maybe bend a little like that, and have a branch there. And I'm not going to worry too much about the trunk and things right now. Right now I'm going to just get it where I want it to go. Maybe have a branch coming out here. And then these branches I want to go into two. I'll have a group of leaves here. And from there to two more. Be able to see what I'm doing here. So I'm using my sharp edge, brush straight out. I'm concentrating on where I'm going to want those branches to go. And we'll go off in this direction on each one. And this way. That way. Now if you want these wiggly, you can certainly do that just by wiggling a little bit as you go. So, parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. And we'll have the children, and you could even go grandchildren if you wanted. Here, we'll just say this family has 5 children. We'll put another. So now that I have my tree laid out, I'm going to thicken my trunk to however thick I want it. wiggle your brush if you want a wiggly edge on your tree. I'm just going to keep it smooth. And I'm going to do some roots at the bottom. And spread out. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of black on one side of my brush. You can either go up or back. Just if you go back, you want to start with a nice sharp edge and push harder as you go to get a thicker stroke. And if you go the other way, you just do the opposite. Push harder and lift your brush as you go. And I can put these to the length I want now as well. I'm going to have groups of leaves, so and I want them at different angles. So those are our main branches. So now I'm going to add some highlight on the edges of my tree because the light's come in from behind. And I'm going to widen the tree a little bit so that I can make it look like the family name's carved in. If you didn't, another way of displaying the family name could be a sign hanging from the tree, or there's many different ways. On this one, I'm going to have it look like it's carved into the tree. So I'm going to widen this as well while I'm at it. So I'm going to use some brown, some white, make a lighter brown, and I'm going to go along the edge and widen it at the same time. And I'll probably have to go over this to when it dries a bit. I'm going to continue right up my tree with a little bit of highlight on the edges of the branches. Okay, so there we have our main branches. So now with my liner brush, I'm going to go through my brown, maybe add a little black, make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to twist my liner brush to make a point. And I'm just going to add a few little branches. And they can just be here and there, and we'll put a little bit of leaves on them later. So for the leaves, I'm going to be using a dark green, this is hooker green, and a sap green, and then I'm going to apply some yellow and white. So for this tree I wanted to make it so that we could put a picture of the families on the bunches of leaves, or a name, or both. So I have a filbert bristle brush, inch. So first I'm going to load up my brush with the dark hooker green, and I'm going to dab it onto the paint. And then I'm going to pick where I want a cluster of leaves representing a family member. For this one we'll have the parents. Maybe we'll have the dad here. I want kind of a rounded top. Another brush that we could use for that effect, which I think I like a little better, is the round brush. And same thing, you get it in there, get a lot on it. And we already did one there, so that'll represent the father. And then maybe down a little lower and over a bit will be the mom. I like this brush for this, it's nice. So this will be in front of the other one. We can maybe bring it over a bit more. Load up your brush again. Dad's parents, Grandpa and Grandma. So, here's Grandpa. And this is Grandma's branch. Grandma come over here. And then Grandpa's parents will be Grandpa, Grandma, and Grandma's parents. And then we have Mom's side, which Grandma or Grandpa. Should move that over a little bit. That's okay. I see these little marks are really nice for the bottom. I think I'm going to add some of those on all of them. And all I'm doing is just turning my brush a little bit now. The little leaves look like they're hanging down. And this way on this one. That looks really nice. With that, I'm making my round brush a little bit sharp there. Just push it down, turn it sideways. That gives a really nice effect. So we have Dad's parents and their parents, Mom's parents, turn it, some hanging down. And now we want the children. We have 3 and 2, which makes 5 in this case. Okay, so we'll put whoops. So I'm dabbing my round brush kind of flat, like that. overlap it. Okay, so now I'm going to dab very lightly and just put a few little ones where those twigs, just very little, to make them look like there's some leaves in the distance. Okay, so that's our first layer. Okay, so I cleaned my brush and dried it really well. And now I'm going to go into the sap green. Load up my brush good. Get a dab, ready to dab it. And I'm going to start at the top. And I'm just going to touch. I don't want to cover up all my dark, but more on the top side. So I'm just dabbing it down. I load it like this. And then dab the same way onto the paint. And then to make my leaves hang down, I turn it sideways. But I don't want to cover all that dark.